Okay, I'll do the microphone. Okay. Alex, he'll check it and he'll call back. Okay. Okay, Callan, I'm going to do mic one.
Mic one, testing, testing, mic one. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
So next to your diary, the Poppins Bar, there is a rest night on Friday the 1st of April, 7 o'clock start, raising money for the 11th team. The Poppins Beer Festival returns, May 14th to May 17th, plus ales outside.
Do mic two then, Callan.
Mic two, testing, testing, 1 2, 1 2, testing, testing, 1 2, 1 2.
Friday, 24th of April, bingo at the Poppins Bar, 7 o'clock start. Today's mascots, the Ladder Park Master Third, against South Football Club Wildcats Group. We've got entries, we've got Ian Forwards, Tia, Brianna, O'Neill, Flojo, Sophie, Georgia, Grace, Hazel, and Sally. And also, our Kettering South Football Club Academy under 16s won the Junior Premier League stars today at Colton's Town. Congratulations to coaches Gareth, Martin, and the team. All-time score of the Premier League this afternoon is finished Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 2. season. This is on Saturday, 20th of April. We did not go at 11:45. We did not go at 11:45. £18, assistance £10, as well as £5. I get this very free. But as always, please put that chat. His email address is kcsnegotiators@gmail.com. That's kcsnegotiators@gmail.com. Or chat in on Facebook about KCS support. So that's very away with the Body Sports Special Saturday, 20th of April. In Tottenham Road at 11:45. Have that as well at 12. So my next home game at Manor Park is Tuesday, Wednesday, Membership of Featuring Summerton Central with a 7:45 kick-off as usual. And also a home game next Saturday, Wednesday, Hales Owen. The second start for the club is starting to about the missing past the full manager and player. Jeff Dowden will be one of the biggest slides for Jeff before kicking today. Kevin Associated with Kettering Southwood will be like that. Send off some still throws to Jeff Dowden for future dates at Manor Park in Bobby's Bar. The Bobby's Bar having a real start on Friday the 1st of May. That's all first to go to the under 11s team. 7 o'clock start on Friday the 1st of May. The Bobby's Beer Festival returns on May the 14th to the 17th, 20+ tables and 10 ciders. And last by no means, bingo returns to the Bobby's Bar on Friday the 24th for the 7 o'clock start. The rollover is currently at £1,670, so to make yourself available with that. That's Friday the 24th of April, 7 o'clock, bingo at Manor Park. Yeah, you want to take it away about social basis, homophobic stuff, this physical, any of the discriminatory stuff in our back club. Yes, but even for that shit, shooting or competition will take faster up into all the corner. We'll definitely be able to such incidents to not into the Kettering Sound Boost app, which you can download by using the QR codes and on display around the clubhouse and around together. No trades will be objectives and maybe reports to police, and then there's the thousands and the future course of Manor Park, or all football for a period of 3 to 5 years. Thank you for your wishes and supports. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Manor Park Vacation Sunday for this session. Actually, what's the scene? At Kettering Southwood Bottoms. We sent a warm welcome as well as what's the Saturday? How will we show all connect with them? And then straight show you back to the game today. One of our listeners is Saturday goal for West Ham UK. 2 Roman starts. 3 Josh Bailey. 4 Luke Rowe. 5 Josh Evan Winfrey. 6 Anderson Captain Charlie Wise. 7 Cameron Wilson. 8 Eustace Stelly. 9 Sam Brown. 10 Harry Burns. And 11 Ian Watkins. Substitutes for Worcester this afternoon as well, Matthew Ditches. 14, Anthony Francis Burrell. 15, Carl Stanley. 16, Fanny Spalding. And 17, Childless. Coming off the covers, the staff moving in goal, number 1, Paul White. 3, Ben Isaacson. 5, Anthony Catherine, Carl Lester. 6, Harvey Eaters. 8, Danny Farage. 10, Eddie Hatter. 15, Lewis Coyle. 16, Blaine Bow. 17, George Taggio. 20, William Van Leyer. 21, substitutes for the points, staff being extended in York. 9, Nathan Cheshire. 11, Ty Williams. 19, Ty Highfield. And 22, Alan Lewis. Today's referee at Parks Toss Hills as assistant referees are leading our Paul Valentine Athletic. Today's match was lost in Kettering Town for the Wild Match. We've got Everton, Florence, Tiro, Georgia, Grace, Hazel, and Anderson. And also, congratulations to our Kettering Town Football Club having 16th in one of the junior Premier League titles today at Cornwall Town. Congratulations to our coaches, Gareth, Martin, and the rest of the team.
I think they're actually renting their ground. Yeah, it's not, they don't get any, ticket sales. They don't get anything on hospitality or anything else.
Rubbish.
Yeah, it's all priced. Yeah, not a good selection of plus food and beer. Yes, yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah. It's massive.
You can't say.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Latimer Park for this Pitching In Southern League Premier Central game against Worcester City, the faithful. And it's going to be an exciting climax to the end of the season as the business part of the season, and the Poppies need to bounce back from that disappointing display at Stratford Town on Easter Monday. But other than that, it's been a meteoric rise for the Poppies. And I know Liam was very disappointed with that game on Monday, and he'll be wanting to put that right today. So glorious afternoon here, a bit windy, a bit cool, but the sun is out and looks like a decent crowd in. There's a few from Worcester behind us in the Tin Hat End, which is the largest support we've had, I think, since Harborough. They're actually in there, so that is good. Squad news, though, if you hadn't seen our socials, etc., the good news for the Poppies is that Carl Mensah is remaining with the club for the rest of the season from Bedford Town. So that is good news indeed, especially with injuries to George Forsyth and Levi Andow. There's going to be a minute's silence before the game for the recent passing of former Poppies manager and player Jeff Vowden. In fact, Jeff's family and friends, including Roy Clayton, Brian Mighton and Jim Condy, are on the pitch at the moment. So there will be a minute's silence a little later. Looking at Worcester City, they're just outside the playoffs, as are Kettering. Their leading goal scorer, Dan Sweeney, who scored 13 this season, due to injury, has mutually agreed to leave the club, which is a bit of a blow for the faithful. City have recalled Zach Guinan from his loan spell with Alvechurch, where he scored 3 goals. He's in the starting lineup this afternoon. This is the first time that the Poppies have played Worcester City at a home venue since the 2007-8 season, when the Poppies won 3-0 at Rockingham Road with a goal from John Brady and 2 from Craig Westgar in front of 1,181. Hopefully we might beat that today. I'm not sure, but looks like there was over 1,000 anyway. The Poppies drew 1-1 at Sixways earlier in the season. Spencer Hamilton scoring on 45 minutes for Worcester, with Niall Ranger equalising a minute later. But only 3 of the Poppies lineup that afternoon start in the squad today. That is Forsyth, who's injured though, Lewis and Thanodge. The Poppies, surprisingly, are just 3 points behind the tally they amassed at this point last season. So we wanted to do one better than that and try and force their way into the playoffs. 22 different scorers so far this season for the Poppies, the highest amount, including own goals, since the 2015-16 season, where there were 24 different goal scorers. That season, the Poppies scored 99 goals in all competitions. Games to look out for this afternoon. The big one, Hales Owen versus Harborough Town. Needham Park at play, Barwell, Quorn, Leiston, Redditch United will Bedford, Spalding United versus Stratford Town. Alongside me this afternoon, once again, is none other than Gary Foreman. Welcome, Gary.
Thanks, Paul, and good afternoon to all the listeners, wherever you may be in this big wide world. And today is going to be the first of 3 home games in succession, and it will be all against teams that playoff aspirations of their own. So that's going to be the first of those 3 games this afternoon. Worcester City below us in the table, but as I say, certainly in the playoff hunt themselves. Then we've got Redditch at home, who are currently 1 place above us, and then Hales Owen, who are currently occupying a playoff spot. But lots of big games, as Cookie's just mentioned, and teams playing each other, so they'll be taking points off each other, obviously. But Kettering can take care of their own business, then we will reach the playoffs at the end of the season. But plenty of work to be done before then.
There is indeed, and the minute silence is now being rearranged to a minute's applause, so you'll hear clapping rather than nothing.
Yes,
so,
it's a good job you told them that, otherwise they might think we're being a bit disrespectful, but we certainly wouldn't want to do that to a good former manager of the club.
Yeah, he followed Ron Atkinson in 1974, a very, very hard act to follow indeed, and was succeeded by Derek Dugan, so sandwiched in between 2 greats.
Yes,
especially Atkinson.
Yes, I was a young boy at the time, and I don't.
Not 26.
I don't remember much of Ron Atkinson, and I don't remember much of Bowden, but I was certainly around then. As the teams come out here, the blue and white of the visitors, Worcester, traditional red at Kettering.
Just giving the Kettering Town lineup. In goal is number 1, Paul White. 3 is Ben Isaacson. 5 and captain Carl Mensah. 6, Harvey Peters. 8 is Andy Thanodge. 10, Eddie Panther. 15, Lewis Coyle. 16, Blaine Rowe. 17, Ishmael Fatajo. 20, Will Van Leer. 21, Preston Bittermo. Your Poppies subs this afternoon are 7, Wes York. 9, Nathan Jeshe. 11, Kai Williams. 19, Kai Fifield. And 22, Alfie Lewis. The referee this afternoon is Thomas Hales. As the teams shake hands, Worcester in blue and white stripes, blue shorts, blue socks. They'll be looking to force their way, if they can, into the playoffs. They're just outside at the moment, but they are going to be a force. They're in 9th place, 61 points from 39 games. So they're just behind the Poppies and Quorn and Needham Market, who are fighting to get into that fifth position. So it's a big game for Northamptonshire today, especially in Kettering, of course. And let's hope that the Poppies can put Monday's disappointment behind them and get back to winning ways. Mascots out in the middle. He came into the studio earlier on, and as I say, Jeff Vowden's family on our right-hand side here, waiting for the official, their photographs taken. Still swarming in here at Latimer Park. Game on Tuesday against Redditch United, another big game. That's our game in hand. Win those 2 games, I think we're serious contenders, Gary.
Yeah, as I said, it is in our hands, but it won't be easy with the run of games that we've got left. But today is the first game. This is the one we need to concentrate. We'll worry about Redditch after this game's finished, but it'd be a lot easier if we can get 3 points on the board again. That's certainly true.
Worcester managed by Chris Corns and known as the Faithful. Their form is 8 points from their last 5 games, but only 5 points from their last 5 away games. Poppy are 10 at home points and 10 in the last 5 games. So everybody is lining up in the centre circle for this minute's applause. Kettering on the right-hand side, Worcester on the left. All the little mascots just nearest to us with Phil Wade. As we're getting ready, captains of shaken hands. They're just going back to line up. So there will be a minute's applause for former manager and player Jeff Vowden.
Against Tombridge in a 1-1 draw at Mocket Road. Take over the reins as manager for Ron Atkinson. A very hard act to follow. Basketball Chef played 42 first-class appearances, scored 4 goals. His last strike came on the final game of the club against Redditch United. Again at Mocket Road, in the Pockets fight, who was suddenly come up round with. Everyone associated with Kettering Town Football Club would like to send our sincere condolences to Jeff's family and friends at this sad time. A minute's applause will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
There goes the whistle, and there goes the applause for Jeff Vowden. And as he was sandwiched in between Atkinson and Derek Dugan, Jeff at Rockingham Road will be remembered. And he's got guests here with goal scoring legend Roy Clayton. Jim Conn, another exceptional forward, is here as well, with Brian Myton as well. And the family getting a good round of applause in here on this afternoon. Acknowledged by both sets of supporters and teams. Very good to hear and see as we're getting ready for this vital game for the Poppies against Worcester City, known as the Faithful. And there it is. We're getting ready to start. It's a change around. So the Poppies are kicking towards the tin hat. And Worcester, obviously, in the Pro Saw end, as all the Kettering fans have to make the change round to the other end.
It's the customary booing as soon as the referee indicated change of ends, because it means the Kettering faithful, who had taken up residence in the Pro Saw stand away to our left, have now got to traipse all the way across to the other side, to the tin hat end, which they will be attacking, or the Kettering Town team will be attacking here in the first half as the two teams go into huddles.
It's a recall for Zach Guinan for Worcester City. He's been on loan at Alchurch in the absence of Dan Sweeney. Connor Stanley, who played for the Poppers earlier in the season, is on the bench. Kettering is the same team lineup and substitutes as the game against Real Bedford. As Vitaggio goes over to the centre circle to get us underway, as the fans are making the journeys to the respective ends. Swarm of ants going from one way to the other. And we're getting ready here to kick off on this slightly windy afternoon, but it's not too bad. It's a bit chilly. I'm all wrapped up in winter wear. I've got two people next to me in t-shirts and shorts. It's
And one of those is not me.
one that is not Gary. He's in some sort of I don't know, lifeboat wear, I suppose. And it is that cool up here. But we're off. Vitaggio then gets the ball back to Thanodge, who finds Harvey Peters. Peters out wide to Coyle. And Coyle gets a second chance to deliver this. He does towards Panther. There is Captain Wise, who brings Panther down straight away for the first foul of the game. And we're barely 17 seconds into it. So a chance for Kettering to put one over early, Gary, and see what goalkeeper Samuel Kane is made of.
Yeah, silly foul.
Is Kane able?
Is Kane? Well, we'll find out in the next 90 minutes or so. I think that's fair to say. But good opportunity here. It was a silly free kick to give away by Captain Wise. And it's going to be Coyle, and surprisingly, that's going to swing it in on that far side, level with the edge of the penalty box. Good crossing area, this, and the big man up for Kettering.
So Coyle then with it, the wall barely 10 yards, but referee allows that. Coyle then a lot of movement in that penalty area. Coyle puts the ball, it's a low one here, the chance here for Rowe, but it goes out for a goal kick. It is marshalled off the ball, it goes out harmlessly.
Yeah, I thought that was a poor choice from Court to try and play it relatively short to Blaine Rowe. Just an indication there of how firm the pitch is at the moment, because he tried to get the ball under control first time. He failed, and that resulted in the goal kick.
Indeed, Kane then gets the ball long. It's headed on by Rowe. That's Luke Rowe. But away it goes Van Leer. Looks like he's been in a fight with Mike Tyson, looking at his cheek. Got loads of elbows in the face at Stratford. It's a throw in on the far side. Referee telling Worcester to go back a few yards, about 10 yards. Stoddart with the ball on the far side. Delivers the ball down the line. Peters' shirt is almost screwed off him. It goes for the first corner. So you're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Thank you once again to Elgood's for their continued support of Poppy's TV. Off goes Josh Bailey to take this corner on the far side. First chance for Worcester to put Paul White under pressure. And the wind's going to have some effect. Holding up, I would think, there. They thought about a short, changed their mind. Again, there's a feint. It comes in, curls wide, goes over everybody, and that goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. 0-0 here then. We're into the third minute of this vital game for the Poppies. And Paul White goes over to collect the ball. Good news about Carl Mensah's extension from Bedford for the rest of the season. He's been in inspired form since he's been with the club. And certainly him and Coyle and Panther, all three of them have been inspirational in the last few weeks as White delivers it towards Isaacson. Isaacson can't win the header. It's won by Luke Rowe. It's with the number 7, Wilson. He loses it to Vitaggio. Vitaggio turns. He has to play the ball back to Paul White. Paul White has to react quickly. Just kicks it out of play. I think he thought the back pass was going to be a bit quicker. It wasn't. And the number 9 there, Guinan, was bearing down on him.
Yes, he was, but fortunately, Paul White didn't smash the ball into his midreef, which ended up with a goal for the opposition. So I don't mind if he puts it out for a throw-in at the halfway line. They're not going to score from that, but we're back underway with Vitaggio battling for the ball. Wins the throw-in on the far side in front of the visitors' dugout, which Coyle goes to retrieve, and now well, I thought he was going to throw it down the line, but he doesn't. He checks, holds back, but then he does go down the line.
Call thrown into Vataggio, but the ball just arrives at Cisse. He falls down there, gets it to Panther, but Panther slices the ball. It goes back to Isaacson in Kettering's half. He's got Rowe out wide here, who he uses. He's got Panther with him, but Rowe under pressure gets a throw in off the number 3 there, Bailey. And Rowe might put a long throw in, as he's able to do, but he is going to do that. In fact, he thought about a quick one, but not on. So Rowe then with a long throw towards the Tin Hat, which houses all the Poppies fans. Well, not all the Poppies fans, but a large percentage. In comes Rowe then, gets it long towards Isaacson, headed out there quite easily. Comes to Coyle. Coyle takes a touch. Coyle going forward, has to check back, gets it to Bittermo. Bittermo threads the ball through to Isaacson. Isaacson out wide to Rowe. Rowe under pressure here, and corner. He's thrown into the boards at the end there. He's okay though. A corner for Kettering, and this is where Coyle has spent most of the season, in that quadrant. Can he deliver as he did against Real Bedford, etc., as Coyle puts the ball in towards that back post. It goes over Isaacson and goes out for a goal kick. So no threat yet from any of the set pieces from either side. It remains 0-0.
Yeah, it just shows the strength of the wind here this afternoon. It's sort of blown across the pitch, and corner came to the back post area. Isaacson's a tall man, but with the aid of the wind, it sailed above his head. So back for a goal kick, which Kane decides to take short to Bailey, the left back. Bailey looking for his options, crosses the pitch with his pass, does well actually to reach that far side. Cisse looking for his options, plays it back to Bailey now, just inside Kettering half. Bailey, left foot, looking for a flick on from Guinan, does well, but Wilson unable to control the ball after that, and Paul White gathers the ball up. That's a goal kick.
Yeah, sun still bearing down on us here. Onto our left-hand side, though, skies very, very grey indeed. Let's hope that we don't get any precipitation, but it might liven the pitch up a bit. If it did, it's quite bouncy, as Paul White puts that straight out of play for a throw-in on the far side. Neither side yet taking any control of the game. We're into the eighth minute just. We're in on the far side with Stoddart. But there's Vataggio, gets a back header, but back to Stoddart, who pumps the ball forward. Peters wins that to Vataggio. He misses that one. But this time it's Cisse gets the ball through to Bailey on this left-hand side. He gets the overlapping Lockett. He's being forced back by Bittermo. Has to play the ball back to Ezweezy. He finds Bailey. Bailey now going forward. He's running at the Kettering defence. Bailey still going forward. Gets it out wide to Lockett. Lockett angles the ball over. Header comes in. Goal, 1-0. Paul White can't stop anything there. It's a great goal. And Worcester take the lead.
Yeah, it's Harry Burns with the header. And I'm afraid Ishmael Vataggio, he let him go. And that's Ishi's problem. That's his fault for the allowing a free header for Burns. Burns, good header, makes no mistake with it. As you say, Paul White, no chance. But that was a defensive relapse, really. And you cannot gift the opposition a free header from about 8 yards out. And we've been punished early for it.
Yeah, the Poppies' vulnerability at the back on Easter Monday shown again there in this game as Worcester take the lead with the first attempt from either side on target. It was a good header. Paul White dived the best he could to try and prevent it, but it was a difficult one. And Worcester take the lead early doors here at Latimer Park into the 9th minute. Thanodge out wide to Rowe. To Isaacson. Isaacson sends it long, but it's sliced forward. A chase for Guinan. Zach Guinan back with City. little flick through. It's cleared by Mensah to Thanodge, but his pass is intercepted. And a foul on Luke Rowe results in a free kick. As the Worcester fans singing in the Pro Store, they have a drum or two over there. Because Worcester took the lead against Kettering 6 ways earlier in the season. But Kettering replied straight away on that occasion. Free pick and taken quickly to Bailey on this left-hand side. Bailey, left-footed, puts the ball in again. Out comes Paul White, catches well. And sends the ball out wide. But I don't think Vatajo will get that. And the keeper, Kane, leaves that to go out for a goal kick. So, bit of a waste of a kick, really, from Whitey. And Kettering fans in the tin hats just beginning to find a bit of voice. So, not what they wanted to see early doors, but if you're going to concede, concede early. And that's just what has happened here. Sam Kane then with the goal kick. Sends it down the centre. Isaacson underneath it. Isaacson gets the header, gets it through to Bittermer. He pumps the ball forward towards Panther. Panther outside the penalty area, but the number 5 doing well under pressure from Panther. And then Panther puts it out for a throw-in down by the corner flag. Bailey then going to take this throw-in. Rather slowly going towards the ball. Slowly not going to be doing a Stratford and wasting time from the word go. But don't seem that keen to get on with it. But Bailey with the throw-in. It's found Bittermo though. He flicked the ball through, but Bailey's going to get the return. He does. He lumps the ball forward towards Guinan. And Peters gets the foot in, but intercepted on the far side by Stoddart. And Van Leer does well fending off Harry Burns, the goal scorer. Throw into Kettering on the far side. Coyle. His header's intercepted. Bittermo gets ahead to it, but had to push in the back there. Nothing given by the referee. And Bittermo then is fouled. Referee sees that one. And fouled by Burns. Free kick just a foot or so in the Worcester half on the far side. Coyle moves it to a yard. So can Kettering reply? Gets the ball out wide to Van Leer. Van Leer puts the ball over. It's deflected for a corner. Good work from Van Leer. Ball required as it goes over the tin hat. See, we have more than one ball.
Well, we do, yes. We do. That's certainly true. There was poor old Stratford kit man, and must have got a bit of ribbon on Easter Monday for forgetting his balls.
Short corner taken to Coyle. Coyle, a bit of space to get the ball over. He just puts the ball over towards that back post. A chance here. Back header there, goes in there. Goes over the bar from Isaacson. And Isaacson not happy with his header, but it was a good move.
Yes, Ben, we've already seen arriving at the back post to score a goal. Yes, he's disappointed with his header. Had a chance really just to angle it down. That's what he needed to do, or even back across the goal. In the end, it was more of a looping header, which landed on top of the net rather than the back of the net. Kane waiting to take the goal kick. He's in no hurry, as you can expect. Crosses the halfway line. Thanodge meets it. Out for a header on the far side.
Spalding 1, Stratford 0 is the latest score. The only other score other than this one so far in the afternoon's games as the throw-in comes in. Headed on by Burns. Mensah gets a foot onto it. Headed down by Isaacson, but it's straight to Bailey. Bailey puts the ball in left-footed. It goes over everybody. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in on that far side. Coyle runs over to collect the ball by the corner flag. And into the 14th minute here. Kettering Town 0, Worcester City 1. And Coyle with the throw-in, delivers it. Van Leer heads on to Vatajo. He is forced off the ball by Burns. Mensah tries to clear it, can't. Guinan gets in the way, flicks it through to Lockett, but there's Mensah, and he chops the ball out. It comes off a Worcester player for a throw-in, and Coyle goes to retrieve the ball. Coyle then with the throw-in, flicked on, but only towards Luke Rowe. Has to play the ball back though to a Weasel, and it's back to the keeper, Kane, and he slices that one out. There'll be a throw-in on the other side, and the Kettering fans letting him know all about that clearance. Coyle then is going to leave this one for Blaine Rowe, which means we're going to get a longish throw into the box. There's one up for Worcester at the moment. Everybody else back in that penalty area. Rowe comes in for the throw-in, delivers it. It's headed on and it's going to be cleared easily by Cisse, but it goes out again into the same position for a throw-in. Same place virtually. Rowe gets another opportunity to put one in long. Arches his back. In it comes to the middle. It's headed out again and towards Thanodge. Thanodge under pressure. Does well, gets it to Rowe. He's not alert enough. And it's played off Rowe for a throw-in on that far side for Worcester. Stoddart going over to take it. So 2007-8 was the last time we played Worcester at a home venue, which is Rockingham Road. And just that game at Six Ways earlier in the season that between the two teams. As I said, only three players started that game at Six Ways for Kettering still in the team, and that includes Forsyth, who's not playing today. And Connor Stanley, who played against Worcester, is a substitute for the faithful as they're known today. There's a Worcester player down who just got up. There'll be a free kick on just a yard or so inside the Worcester half, right in front of the bench on the far side, the dugouts. Wind has eased a little bit. In comes the corner, headed out by Coyle. Van Leer's there. If he can get there, he can't. Ball is hooked back in towards Lockett. Lockett, who's changed sides. He's got Peters with him. And between them, Coyle clears it. Panther goes down. It's back in with a chance here for the number 9, but cleared away. A bit of a scramble. Lockett on the far side, weaving his way through if he can. He's got two round him. Plays it in. A missed kick there by Thanodge. Comes in and a shot. A good save at near post by Paul White. A snapshot. He did well. But another chance for Worcester.
Yeah, it was Burns again as well. With the snapshot. It's a fairly comfortable save at the near post for Paul White as Mensah launches it into space. And comes down. Van Leer battling with it with Rowe, but Worcester win the ball. And then it's clipped off Rowe, but lands at Cisse's feet. He plays it down the line. Good battle in there by Guinan, but Isaacson gets his body in the way, retrieves the ball for the Reds, finds Eddie Panther. Panther under pressure. And in the end, Worcester concede a throw-in just in front of the gantry here at Latimer Park. We're into the 19th minute. Kettering Town 0, Worcester City 1 is the score so far.
Rowe with the throw, trying to find Panther, but it only goes towards Bailey. He heads the ball high, running towards Cisse, towering presence of him. And Peters gets a foot in, but it goes over Bailey. He has to react quickly. Leaves it for Wise. And that goes out of play, and then it's kicked away. Now, I've seen referees book players for that, but on this occasion would have been rather harsh. Had there been a Kettering player, you can guarantee it had been in the book. But,
yes, it was only just out, so that we'll press for any further action. But it is a chance again for Blaine Rowe with a long throw halfway inside the Worcester half, and it's big men go forward again for the Reds.
Rowe then with the long throw. In it comes towards that near post. There's a bit of a melee in there. A chance here for Thanodge. He's being forced out though. It's back with Coyle. Coyle puts it out wide back to Thanodge. Thanodge socks down, gets the ball into Panther, fires in. 1-1! Great goal from Panther! A beauty! Sails it by Kane and Kettering equalised. And that's his 16th goal of the season. A fantastic goal from Eddie Panther. Sorry, it's his 17th goal of the season.
17th. And it was something out of nothing, really. But it was a good ball forward by Thanodge. He found Panther in space at the edge of the box. And Worcester will be disappointed about giving Eddie Panther a couple of yards free at the edge of the box. He picked his spot. The spot was the bottom left-hand corner. Kane dived to his right. He couldn't stop it and Kettering a level.
They are indeed. And as Gary said, out of nothing. And that is Eddie Panther's 8th goal at home this season. As the ball is played back to Luke Rowe. Sends it along. There's Harvey Peters. Trying to find for Taggio. Taggio comes out worse of that. Thanodge gets the head in. It's back by Stoddart to Bittermo to Coyle, but he gets a deflection for a slice. That'll be a throw into Kettering. Great goal from Panther. And
it's just what we needed as well, Paul, because we didn't want this the rest of the half to sort of drift away with Worcester in the ascendancy and us to be thinking about a reaction after the Stratford game. Well, we've got a reaction now, and that equaliser is a real shot in the arm.
Good work there from Van Leer, forcing the Worcester player into a throw-in just down by the corner flag. And it'll be Blaine Rowe time again. He goes over to collect the ball. Kai Williams warming up on the far side. Rowe back against the boards. So far, Worcester have dealt very well with the long ball in as it comes in again. Push on a Kettering player, nothing given by the referee. Thanodge gets the return. Still, Thanodge going out wide, puts a shot in. A rare one from Thanodge, goes wide of the post. But an effort, which is good.
Yep. And don't mind a player from the Poppies. I'm trying the luck from just outside the penalty box. But Thanodge just dragging his effort wide. Kane retrieved the ball. Puts it down onto his 6-yard spot. All the players congregate in that middle third, as you tend to see. Peters with the header. Beating Cisse. That goes out for a throw-in on the far side.
A few scores for you here. Banbury 1, AFC Sudbury 0, and Needham Market 0, Barwell 1. That's an interesting one. And Spalding 1, Stratford 1 now. Kettering 1, of course. Worcester 1 here, as Worcester on the far side threading the ball through to Lockett, but well worked by Isaac, who's pushed down in the process for a goal kick. So it's the 23rd minute. If you're listening in from all over the world, if you can drop us a line, we might be able to read a few out eventually. But almost, I was going to say summer conditions here, but spring conditions here at Battle Park. Not warm enough yet. The ball out wide to Coyle on the far side. Coyle sends it long for Taggio, but there's the number 6 there, Charlie Wise, who lumps the ball out of play for Poppy's throw-in. Charlie Wise.
Yep, no surprise that it's going to be another long throw. Coyle pretends he's going to take a short one, but we all know what's going to happen as Blaine Rowe jogs across to that far side. Mensah and Peters and Isaacson all forward.
So Rowe then about to deliver another one. A lot of movement in that 6-yard box, as you'd expect. It comes to Isaacson, gets a back flick and back flicked it out for a goal kick. And Kane going over to retrieve the ball, getting a little bit of encouragement from the Poppies fans, I believe. I think it's encouragement.
Well, they were singing dodgy keeper after he let the goal in, but I think that's just a a typical reaction by the victorious fans in that respect, giving a bit of jip, all friendly. Nothing to worry about on top of that. He clears to the halfway line. Thanoj gets his head onto it. And then Captain Wise launches that one onto pitch 2. Coyle scurries down with the new ball. Throws it, checks actually, and then throws it in the field to Fataggio. Fataggio looking for Bitamo. Bitamo does well, gets it under control, and then his second touch is a bit heavy. But Thanoj retrieves the ball for the Poppies. Finds Rowe. Back to Isaacson. Isaacson tries to put the ball into the box, but it's charged down by Lockett at the expense of another throw. And it's going to be another long throw.
Yep, so here we go again. Rowe having to go and collect the ball. A nice little side foot there from Mark Hope, our photographer, as gets the ball to Rowe. Didn't fall over, which was interesting. He normally falls over, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, sign him up.
Rowe then gets it to Coyle this time, a short one. Back to Rowe. Wasn't expecting that, but puts the ball in low. It's a poor one. Cisse can clear this quite easily and does so. Paul White and Bitamo together. It goes through to White, who sends it back into the night sky. There's Mensah and Isaacson almost into each other, but Isaacson gets the ball back to Rowe. It goes over him to Bailey, but Rowe does well. Threads the ball through to Van Leer. Van Leer does a little pirouette. Left footed, puts the ball over. A chance for Panther to weave the ball to Fataggio, but it couldn't get it to him. It's back with Coyle. Back to Fataggio. A little back flick from him. And he's trying to beat the number 2, which he does. Threads it through to Coyle. Coyle comes in. Coyle. Deflection for a corner. Good work, though, from Kettering, who have livened up since that equaliser.
Yeah, they certainly have. I'll say it was a real shot in the arm, and it's been fairly one-way traffic since then. Good interplay on that far side. Coyle just couldn't get the cross into the box, but we've got a consolation of a corner.
Indeed. Fataggio with it, comes in near post here, flicked on, and nobody really around the penalty area as Worcester get the ball away to Luke Rowe. It's then sent wide for Lockett. Lockett keeps it in. It's offside. Going to have to come all the way back. Thanoj goes to collect the ball. Paul White, I think, was thinking he's going to take it, but Isaacson does so instead. And he leaves it for Mensah. Keeper has gone down.
Tactical break time again, Paul.
Yeah, Stratford Part 2.
Yeah, right. Their manager's just calling all over their players to the far side. He wants a word with them. He's seen the change in tone of this game. And,
well, that's it. They wanted to disrupt Kettering's ascendancy.
We see it week in, week out.
2 of them have gone out, actually. I mean, it must be critical if 2 have gone out.
Yeah.
I mean, let's hope it's not critical, joking aside, but...
no, it isn't.
See
It isn't.
I was trying to be sympathetic.
Yeah, no, it's endemic in the game as a whole, and until FIFA, UEFA, or the English FA authorities do something about it, it's gonna continue. And while they've got a free license just to drop down and the game will get stopped, then it's going to continue. Now, as you said, that once we're back underway, one of their outfield players has to go off the pitch for 5 minutes. I think you would see a complete halt to said goalkeepers just flopping down.
Like Lazarus, the keeper is back up. No doubt I'll be diving all over the place in a minute. And we're going to get back to a free kick to the Poppies, just to disrupt play. That was, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. We see, as Gary said, we see it. He's pinched a few yards there as Coyle with this free kick. So it's right in front of us now at the moment, a yard from the centre line. It's down towards Isaacson. It's headed on by Peters. And penalty should be been waved away by the referee. As who went down?
Van Leer went down.
Van Leer went down, pushed in the back. No, says Lee Wright. He hasn't seen it through my eyes, though.
It was it was robust contact. It was probably more shoulder to shoulder, but I think that's what the referee thought as well. So throw it on the far side instead.
Rowe again then with a long throw. Goes in, it goes over everybody, headed out by the number 3 shot from Coyle. Is blocked and blocked well by Wilson. And it's just hoofed out of play rather agriculturally by Worcester. They're under a bit of pressure at the moment since that equaliser. Keeper will have to go down again to waste some time in a minute to get some more instruction as Coyle puts the ball forward. Intercepted by Bittermo and then Mensah, but there is Aitzkin. There's a foul by Bittermo, apparently, according to the referee in the centre circle.
Didn't see much in that one.
Oh, I didn't see anything in it.
No, but the man in the middle, Mr. Thomas Hales, did. So it's going to be a free kick to the visitors.
Not the name I'm familiar with, Thomas Hales. It could be his first Kettering Town game.
Okay. We'll try and be gentle with him then.
No, we won't. They deserve what they get, in my opinion. Get away with far too much. But it is a free kick on the far side there. Up goes the arm. I never understood what the arm up means. Everyone does it, but nothing ever really happens. Free kick then. Sent out wide towards Cisse, but out comes Paul White, easily to catch that one. Poor free kick, delivers it long. Panther and Bailey, it's headed on by Bailey. Panther's streaking onto it, he's shielding that one out to go for a corner. Good work by Panther, and that is a corner to Kettering. Poor work from Josh Bailey, really, and gives Coyle a chance to whip one in.
Yeah, pressure piling on the Worcester goal. Away to our right. Liam Coyle puts the ball down on the corner area. Up goes the arm. Into the middle of the box. And Kane with a punch out. And that's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. So the big men will stay forward. Blairo will no doubt be redirected. There he goes across to take it. Van Leer with the ball currently, but he's not going to be throwing it.
31 minutes gone here at Latimer Park, or 32 minutes now. We're into as Rowe is about to launch this ball. No, he's not. He changed his mind. Gets it to Coyle. Coyle, though, can't control the ball. Comes off his leg and goes out for a goal kick. So, if you are visiting Rockingham Road, there's still time to Rockingham Road. Wish we were there at Rockingham Road at Latimer Park.
So, I'd say I was going to say there's some nice houses to look at, but
I don't like
apologies if you do live in one, but they're not particularly good, nice-looking houses in my opinion. Anyway,
but if you are coming to Latimer Park, should I say, then voting for the Supporters Player of the Season is still going on. There's a paper vote, and you can vote online as the ball is put forward. Mensah here is having a bit of a struggle, but gets back in time with Coyle. It bounces off the Worcester player. Coyle under pressure gets the ball away. Worcester getting the ball back to Bailey on this left-hand side. He comes inside for Tajo. Still Bailey puts the ball forward. Ardigan gets the foot in towards Bittermo, but he gives the ball away straight through to Luke Rowe. Rowe squares it to Cisse. Cisse lays the ball off for Stoddart on the far side. Stoddart being closed down, but the chance here is Peters doing well. The ball comes in. Bittermo does very well indeed on the line, runs away with the ball calmly, faces it, but then gives the ball away to Rowe again. Thanodge gets a back header on, but it's Worcester coming forward. It's a little trip there, but foot in by Mensah to Fataggio. Fataggio. Still Fataggio. Oh, he loses the ball and Worcester get the return. Worcester calm down again now. Rowe to Cisse. Still Cisse with it. Floats the ball out wide to Wise. Into a Lockett, but robbed by Thanodge. Thanodge's delivery not particularly good. As Cisse puts the ball in, that's blocked by the Kettering defence. Lockett out wide to Wise. Wise puts the ball in, blocked again, but only to Wilson. And Kettering need to clear this. They do. Fataggio clears it, but it's back in again there. They can't get it out their own half at the moment. Coyle, though, intercepts. He just clears it anywhere. And that's going to go all the way through to Charlie Wise. And he plays it back to the keeper. It's not a particularly good one. And the keeper, under pressure, slices the ball, but he manages to keep the ball in, does Cisse. But not very well done by Sam Kane. But Worcester away again here. The chance for the number 10. He's doing well. He's Burns, a squared ball. Worcester coming into this with Guinan. out wide to Bailey. Bailey puts the ball in towards that back post, headed on by Peters, and then it comes off the number 7 for a goal kick. And Wilson, unlucky, thighing the ball away for a goal kick. 35 minutes here at Latimer Park, 1-1.
1-1 indeed. That's the first time we've seen Worcester really on the attack in this half since the pop is levelled. Bailey with a little bit too much time for my liking. It was a very good cross-in. Peters did well with a sort of back header that hit the Worcester player. Gave us the goal kick, which has now been taken by Paul White to Harvey Peters, just outside the penalty box. He goes long, looking for, well, I don't know who, but Wise with the header back for the visitors. Bittermote wrestling with the opposite number, and that goes from Coyle all the way down the touchline. That's a throw into the visitors, fairly close to the corner flag. Chance for the Poppies players to pen them in.
Throw in then to Worcester. Just a reminder that on Tuesday night it's Redditch United down here. That's our game in hand, if you want to call it. And nice to see everybody down here to cheer on the lads on Tuesday night. But it's the throwing on that far side. Stoddart gets the ball to Cisse. It's headed on, and it's a handball by Van Leer. Rather unluckily bounced up at his arm. Referee saw it and gives the free kick. Pop is struggling at the moment to keep possession of the ball. It's given away as soon as they get it, and has allowed Worcester to come into the game. And need to get their composure back. I'm sure Liam will be watching intently as the ball is played into the Kettering penalty area. The over the head attempt. Mensah is fouled, gets a foot to it. Referee brings the ball back. If you don't know, you just joined us, Mensah is with us till the end of the season from Bedford, which is good news. Still injuries to George Forsyth and Levy Andow. That's the squad at the moment, as Paul White sends this ball down the centre. Wise gets the head there for Taggio underneath this one. He won't win it and doesn't. It's cleared by Stoddart. Peters gets a head onto it. Out comes Paul White and does well. Goes down in the penalty area to deny Guinan. It's rolled out to Thanodge. Thanodge threads it through to Van Leer. Van Leer fouled. Play on, advantage to Bittermote. Bittermote trying to get the ball out on the wide. He does to Coyle. Coyle down by the byline. Can he get the ball over? He can. Back post. It won't arrive as Panther was waiting to swoop. Cisse can't win that one. It's with Thanodge. Thanodge puts the ball in to nobody. And he just hoofs that one out for a goal kick, unfortunately. But be a goal kick. 38 minutes, 1-1. I don't know what the referee's doing, but
he's telling the goalkeeper to hurry up. I think that's what he's telling him, saying no more. You continue to time waste, you will be in my book. No yellow card so far, Cookie.
No, that's I think the goalkeeper might be getting one the way he's playing at the moment.
Oh, might be somebody on the bench for Worcester who might get one first, because the referee's on his way.
He is, yes. I was stood next to Nick Green almost when he got his on Monday.
Yeah.
Might have said something out of turn. That's all I'm going to say. But the referee's having a word with one of the members of the bench.
Yeah.
And no card, though.
No card, just referee saying, I'm correct, you're not.
Yes, Mr. Hale's referee. Out of pace with the game at the moment. Ball trying to find Panther, but it doesn't. It's hooked into the sky. To Coyle, who takes the throw in. Panther being manhandled, but Taggio can't win that ball as Worcester come away with it. It's hooked out wide to Bailey. He'll keep the ball in, he does. He sends it into the centre. Mensah legs it. Paul White calls and calmly picks the ball up. Getting the sun going in now, clouding over. As Paul White Sends it high into the sky. Cisse underneath it. He misses it though. Fataggio can't win that one. Cisse will get a foot in. It goes up again to make a bit more of a tennis game of it. Fataggio back header. And then Rowe chested down, but Cisse runs away with it. A good ball actually, but they can't control it, and Peters can. Peters to Thanodge, back to Peters. Back to Thanodge. Thanodge squares it to Mensah. Mensah under pressure. Dummies Guinan and comes forward in the centre, then decides to use Peters on the left-hand side. Peters coming forward. Puts it in to Fataggio. Fataggio's going to turn and run. He is. Fataggio going forward. He's got Panther one side of him. He's Panther in the centre. But he's been pushed out wide. Gets the ball in. Plays it off the Worcester player. And that looked like it was going for a corner, but kept in well by the Worcester player. But in fact, it goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Eziweli was the man who did well. But it is a throw to the Poppies. On the far side, Liam Coyle goes short to Preston Bittermo, back to Coyle. Coyle now onto his left foot again. Ricochets off the back of Stoddart's head, and that's going to be another corner for the Poppies.
So Coyle then a swap sides to take this corner and see if he can deliver the goods. We know what he can do. Up goes the arm, in it comes towards Mensah. It goes over everybody, and Worcester get the ball away. Only towards Van Leer, who can try and keep it in. He can't. It was just overhit and goes out for a throw-in on this right-hand side, halfway in the Worcester half. Bailey going to take this this throw-in eventually. As fans beginning to make their way for the half-time cup of tea as Bailey slices the ball out and almost hits the cameraman down here. Worcester got a cameraman down here. He's almost smashes into his equipment. Seems quite pleased with himself that he stopped it from going. Throw-in by Rowe. Doesn't reach Panther. It goes out for another throwing. Second down, 5 yards. As Rowe this time is going to put a longer one in. Isaacson wants a quick one, but he gets it. Isaacson knees it down but loses the ball, and the number 10 goes down. Bittermo pushed in the back, nothing given, and the ball arrives at Bailey, who sends it long. There's Mensah, but his header goes awry. Back to Guinan. He switches it on the far side. A good ball to Stoddart. Fataggio trying to close him down. Threads the ball through to Rowe. Rowe and bundled into Coyle, and he commits a foul. Coyle. 42 minutes gone here. 1-1. Kettering only goal down on 8 minutes to Harry Burns. And then an equaliser. A very good goal from Eddie Panther to level the scores here at Latimer Park. It's a free kick. Liam Lockett over the ball. Halfway in Kettering's half on the far side. Lockett puts the ball in and headed harmlessly eventually out for a goal kick. No real threat, but he got a head to it and won the header.
I was going to say it was not a free header for Guinan, but he got a little bit of room, and he'll be a bit disappointed near the penalty spot with his header. Be a bit disappointed he didn't get it on target for the visitors. Paul White, though, it will be to take the resultant goal kick. Clears over the halfway line. Isaacson's run round and gets the flick on. Eziweli clears for the visitors to Guinan, but he's been in the air by Mensah. And as far as Cisse, who then puts the ball out for a Kettering throw.
Of course, in the reverse fixture at Six Ways earlier in the season, both goals were scored in the 45th and 46th minute. So we've got a chance yet to get 2 goals before half-time. And let's hope it goes. If that is the case, it goes in the favour of the Red and Black Army, of course, as Blaine Rowe delivers the ball towards Panther, but he won't win that. And Lockett does. Mensah underneath this wins that one towards Bittermo. He's beaten to it. Blow gets the ball back to Van Leer. He can't win it. Bittermo can to Thanodge, but Thanodge can't win it. It's very scrappy at the moment. As Fataggio tries to find Panther, cut out by Azweasel. Goes out wide and goes out for a Poppies throw-in. Stoddart couldn't stop it from going out. Coyle grabs the ball, gets it to Vertaggio. Vertaggio turns back to Coyle. Coyle has to play it back to Thanodge, to Vertaggio. Vertaggio out wide to Coyle. Coyle, Panther going in the middle. Here comes Vertaggio. Can he get the ball over? Fouled. No, he slipped actually. Wins the ball back. Wins it back again. Coyle puts the ball over. A chance here. Back header. And just goes wide of the post. That was from Van Leer, from Panther, sorry. And goal kick. 45th minute we're into here as it comes over rather dark. Might be some rain lurking around. It was forecast. But, so far so good weather-wise as Sam Kane about to take the kick. He does so, feeds it through to Bailey, took everyone by surprise. He sends it long. Peters and Cole pushing the back is Coyle by Wilson. It's a free kick. Board is going to be 3 minutes of time added on. 3 minutes. Mainly to the time wasting of the goalkeeper, I thought that one.
Yes, that's the obvious thing. I don't think the trainer's been on for anything else. Physio, as you want to say. But,
Sports therapist, I think it's called.
Sports, yeah, call them what you want. We all know what I mean.
Trainer, I think it was in the old days, wasn't it?
Exactly. A bucket of water and a sponge. That's all that was
Marvellous.
needed. All that was needed.
Break your leg, that's what you got in those days. As Worcester with Cisse try and get the ball. Bittermo robs him. Bittermo then he's almost pulled back, gets the ball through to Panther. Panther on the edge of the penalty area. Nobody in there at the moment. Panther puts one in, and that's going to go for a corner. This should be the last action maybe of this first half. We're into 46 minutes. Coyle goes over. Can Kettering snatch a lead just before half time? Well, you'll hear it first if you do here on Poppy's TV, bringing you this live coverage with myself, Paul Cook, and Gary Foreman, bringing you this broadcast from Latimer Park. 1-1 as we edge nearer to the half-time whistle. Places the ball down just outside of the quadrant. The shadow of the ball actually on the lip as the ball comes in low. A little flick in there, and it was almost a near post flick by Rowe, but it goes for a goal kick. Different attempt there from Coyle, putting a low ball in rather than a high ball. And looking at our gantry, we'll be falling through that gap soon if we don't move this plank of wood. But Kane is about to take this. Referee allows it to go on, obviously, as well won by Burns. But there is Bittermo, slips the ball out. And not missing anything. We're trying to stop ourselves from falling through the gap in the gantry.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap, yes, as ball's chested by Coyle to Van Leer, sends it long. Hoofed out of play by Charlie Wise. Reminds me of Paul Nicol. He used to just lump the ball out time after time like that. Throw into Kettering just before half time. Coyle sends it long for it's gone out of play. Van Leer couldn't control it, and the half is winding down. Just 20 seconds or so left of this first half. Been an interesting game, rather like a chess game to be fair, as Mensah just hoofs the ball out of play. Referee looks at his watch. I make it, we're into the and there goes the whistle. They can't take the throw in, take too much time, and half time here at Latimer Park. It's Kettering Town 1, Worcester City 1. Worcester taking the lead on 8 minutes through Harry Burns, to be pulled back by Eddie Panther a little while later. Beside then, not a lot of action from either side. Paul White made a couple of reasonable good saves. Kane hasn't really been much in the news other than falling down and slicing the ball out of play. But we'll leave you here for the 15 minutes or so. It's 1-1. We'll see you in the second half. Welcome back to Latimer Park for the second half. Kettering just coming out in front of us, kicking towards the Prosaw end in this half. If you just joined us, it's Kettering Town 1, Worcester City 1. Worcester taking an early lead through Harry Burns, and a very good goal from Eddie Panther to equalise midway in the first half. Really is the only talking points. Paul White has made a couple of good saves in the first half. Sam Kane hasn't had a lot to do in the Worcester goal. No bookings, which is unusual. And we have the attendance, which I will bring you a little later. And so out come Worcester. Have a load of mascots in front of us. A girls team. You probably can hear the squealing. And the Worcester management, to their credit, shaking the little girls' hands as they go, the high fives as they go by. So it will be Worcester to kick off. Big score in the first half of the games around. Howes Owen scoring in the 46th minute against Harbour Town to go lead 1-0. Jason Cowley getting his 30th goal of the season. And the Kettering really need to win this game to get on par. We're getting ready to kick off then. It's going to be Worcester to kick off, kicking from left to right. Wes York scampering across the park as we're getting ready. 45 minutes of football to come. Can Kettering win this game, coming from behind to win? Level pegging at the moment. We're off as Worcester send the ball along to Gurnan on the first side. Garner on the far side. It comes off Isaacson's head and goes for a throw-in. Welcome back, Gary. Nice prawn sandwich, glass of rouge.
No, a cup of tea. Cup of tea and a sandwich. Nothing more than that, Cookie. Glass of rouge after the game. You know, I'm professional, you know.
Oh, right. This is going to be a long throwing from Worcester as well on the far side. It's not that long, but headed out by Rowe towards Van Leer. But he can only knock the ball out. Doesn't believe that he did, but the referee says so. So another long throw-in with the wind this half. Worcester will have. That's a better one. That comes in. Out comes Paul White, punches the ball out, knocks Mensah out in the process and cleared by Rowe. Only Panther up there at the moment, and he can't stop that going out for yet another Worcester throw-in. Kettering haven't had their hands on the ball. Well, they can't have hands on the ball, can they? That's a double negative, isn't it? But you get my drift. As Worcester still flick the ball over as a chance here, headed out by Coyle, but it's back to Rowe, and he needs to stop it going out for a corner. He should have done better with that. It's Isaacson, actually. That was very weird. He could have cleared the ball. He had plenty of time. I think he thought it was.
He thought it was goal kick.
But
nobody else did. But
nobody else did. But that gives Worcester a very good opportunity as Lockett goes over to take a corner they didn't think they were going to get, and put early pressure on the Kettering goalmouth early in this second half. Number 4 goes for a short one. That's cut out by Bittermo, but Lockett then chance to swing one in. In it comes towards that back post, headed out by Peters, but it's back with Lockett. He swerves one way, then the other, puts it in again. It's a good ball. Paul White catches well on his 6-yard box and diffuses the situation, bowls the ball out to Coyle. He's got Bittermo in front of him, who he uses, Bittermo, and he does well, but in his little flick goes through to Bailey. And the number 6, Wise, the captain, threads the ball through to Burns. And a foul on Burns by Bittermo. Bit of a tumble between them there. But free kick. to the Faithful. Their nickname is the Faithful. I thought it would the Blues or City, but they call themselves the Faithful.
No traitors among them then.
What's all that about? Ball comes in towards that back post. Paul White could have to do something here. He does well catching on his line and commanding his area well. Gets the ball through towards Fataggio. It's a poor one from White. It goes out of play. He's not happy with his goal kick. And
he was claiming a penalty.
really? It was a goal kick. Throwing then on the far side. Bailey with it. Kettering haven't been able to thread the ball through to themselves yet, as Mensah sends it long towards Panther, but it won't reach him. It's well positioned to Zwiesel, as Fataggio intercepts, gets the ball through, but Van Leer can't do much with that. It arrives at Rowe. He's then fouled, nothing given by the referee, as Cisse comes away, leaving Rowe on the floor in agony. Ball comes through to Paul White, takes a touch. He puts it out of play. It was poor refereeing by Hales. Definite foul. And he is down on the far side. Doesn't look in too much. Michael Hunter's come on.
Yeah, we
Rowe,
didn't have a very good view of it on this side, so let's give the referee the benefit of the doubt. Say
blatant foul, Gary. I saw it all.
He didn't have a good view either, but the assistant on that far side, that would have been right in his wheelhouse, and I think that's why Liam is particularly upset that we didn't get a free kick for that particular incident. Let's hope Blaine Rowe is going to be well attended to and able to continue.
We didn't see Michael Hunter in that first half, but he's made an early appearance in the second, and Rowe is sat up now. As the Kettering fans in the Pro-Saw end in full voice. Paul White waiting to take this free kick. No changes from either side. It's as you were. And Rowe is up. And ambling over to the dugout. I think he'll stay on. No one's warming up, so he looks rather gingerly treading down. But there we are, down to 10 at the moment. Then, while Rowe gets back on, Paul White going to address the ball in the centre of Kettering's half, halfway in Kettering's half. White then sends it out towards Van Leer. Van Leer chests it down, but then fouls in the process. He pulled Bailey back. You can see that quite clearly from here. And Rowe back on the pitch. Back to 11-11. Kettering really haven't started the second half yet. And
no, it's been a quiet start, you're right.
Referee having more words with the goalkeeper, who's trying it on again, having to go back 10 yards with the ball. Into the 52nd minute here. Kettering haven't really been in the Worcester half. And Kane chips the ball out of play to the cheers of the Kettering fans behind the goal. Throw in to the Poppies. Rowe told to go back now. Referee get a bit of stick from the Worcester bench. Rowe then with the throw, trying to find Van Leer, but Cisse wins that. And Guinan wins that, but Thanodge gets it through to Panther. Panther trying to turn, goes down, and loses the ball eventually. But Mensah intercepts. Mensah threads the ball through to Coyle, but Coyle I don't think will reach this one. Pushed by Coyle, and that goes out for a throw-in. Never going to win that one. And Logan Stoddart with it. Goes over as Peters gets it to Thanos. Thanos chests it down, turns it to Coyle, but he can't win it. Beaten to it by Stoddart. It's sent long, but poor ball into the arms of Paul White. He rolls it to Isaacson, who's in the D. He comes out of the D, sends it long towards Panther. Panther chests it down. He won't keep that in, I don't think. He hasn't. It's a throw in. So Kettering so far haven't been in the penalty area of the Worcester half. And throw in on that far side. The official telling Bailey to go back to the correct spot. Again, another 10 yards. That would have been lost. Bailey with the throw in on that far side. Headed out by Mensah. Another throw in to Worcester. An eventful 8 minutes or so far. Throw in again on that far side. A change of throw-in take-up. Comes in, headed out by Thanodge. Bittermo gets the ball through to Panther. Panther out wide to Coyle. Now Kettering have a chance to have a go at the Worcester defence. Panther to Coyle. Coyle's not on for him. Plays it back to Bittermo. Bittermo. He plays it back to Peters. Peters. Worcester now back with their back five as Mensah has the ball in the middle. There's a double check. Sends it through to Peters. Peters putting the ball through. A chance here for Panther. He can get through. It's headed out there. Can Fataggio get a foot in? He can't. Foul by Fataggio, and it wasn't intentional. He was stretching for the ball and in doing so clipped. Can't see who he's clipped. I'll see when he turns around. He's got a Alice band on.
Wilson, isn't it?
The number 7, Cameron Wilson. He's okay though. It will be a free kick. Out comes Kane. Getting a medical procedure out here for Gary if he needs it. So Kane about to take this free kick. He does, sends it at long. Peters underneath this one. Peters wins the header, good header. Trying to find Panther. It goes over Panther and arrives. Charlie White sends it out wide to Bailey. He sends it long. And it's with Cisse. Back to Bailey. Bailey probing forward to Cisse. Gets the return and gets a throw-in out of it. Quite a stop-start sort of game, really, as Harry Burns goes over to take the throw-in. He has a longer throw than anybody in the Worcester team, I think. So Burns, the goal scorer. Halfway in Kettering's half on the far side. Looking towards the Worcester fans. Quite a few of them here, which is good to see. Ball comes in, headed through. There's a chance here. Paul White comes out and takes it off the head of Weasel as he's about to nod it in. As the ball through to Van Leer. Van Leer now with a bit of room to run. He's got Panther and Fataggio with him. Slips the ball through to Panther. Panther's onside here. Puts the ball through. Puts it in. Good save. The offside. The flag goes up. And late flag there from the official. But,
right decision there.
It was the right decision. Kane got a leg to it. He didn't know it was offside. Did well, the goalkeeper. And but good movement from Kettering.
Yeah, good movement. Either Van Leer just needed to release the ball a little bit earlier, or Panther needed to hold his run a little later. But a little bit of spark to the Poppies play. It's been a very quiet 10 minutes, really, from as far as they're concerned. It's been quite a flat thing, and that's a foul. I'm not sure how that's...
Well, Peters was pushed in the back. Yeah,
Peters
he's adjudged to a
back
foul
by Guinan, and he's Guinan's won the free kick. How does that work out?
I don't know. That was a complete mystery. Only Mr. Hale's definitely off the pace, isn't he? With that one. Just to bring in the attendance while I remember, it's 1,155. Probably 55 from Worcester. So free kick. Lockett over the ball, right-footed. Curls the ball in towards that back post, headed over, and that goes for a goal kick.
There's a couple of the latest scores in our division. Good news, I suppose. Although bittersweet, shall we say, that Harbour have equalised against Hales Owen. But Redditch have taken the lead against Real Bedford.
Paul White then with the goal kick. Goes over Bailey and goes through to Panther and goes out of play, in fact, for a Worcester throw-in. Kettering not getting the breaks or rub of the green, as they call it, at the moment. And their play is being broken down. A combination of stout defending and muscling by Worcester and not being able to get the ball. So Bailey with the throw-in. Trying to find Cisse, it goes over him. But Thanoj intervenes, gets the ball to Isaacson, but it's an up and under from him. And that's going to go out for another throw-in. Not a game for the purists, Gary.
No, it's one of those games as well. We said it on Easter Monday. There didn't seem to be much spark, and to be honest, apart from a sort of 10-minute spell after we scored the goal, where we really started to get our tails up and we're pushing for the second goal, the rest of the time it's been fairly flat again, has to be said. And well, yes, Worcester haven't created much themselves. We obviously got the goal to take the lead, but it's the kind of game that we just need to be on the front foot a little bit more.
Yeah, we're struggling to get hold of the ball that's going out for throw-ins on the far side, all to Worcester all the time, and the Poppies can't really generate a string of passes together, and Worcester get a chance to have a long throw-in from Burns. All the tall players going into the penalty area, so Burns a chance to cause some havoc. In it comes. Mensah's there. It's to Rowe, who clears it, but it goes out for another throw. It must be about the 14th throw-in that Worcester have had in this second half on that far side. And they have another one. Burns again with a long throw, puts the ball in, Mensah underneath it, and a foul is committed. Kettering had a free kick. Mensah just rolls the ball down. Paul White will take this, and it remains 1-1. We're into 61 minutes here at Latimer Park. Listen to Poppish TV audio, sponsored by El Goods Brewery. And valuable to have good sponsors, and El Goods certainly have been that to Poppy's media, as Paul White sends it down the middle. Patangio can't get ahead to it. Thanos chests it down, gets it to Coyle. Coyle back to Peters. Peters turns, sends it long, but intercepted by Wise. Spins in the air over Coyle. And it's a throw in to the Poppies. Stoddart couldn't stop it from going out. Coyle tries to fit through Panther, but he's just thrown it out of play. Shielded by Wise, goes out for a goal kick. Wise rolls over, goes down, holding his knee, and I think he's fell awkwardly. And he's off the pitch, but on comes one of the sports therapists, and he's waved straight away, right in front of the Kettering fans. So we'll be getting a nice encouragement from them.
Yeah, it's just one of those awkward landings.
It was.
He's in a lot of pain. I don't think he's faking that.
I don't think he is either. He did go down rather awkwardly. Oh, no.
That's not on.
Yeah, book him for that. They've slowed the game down by getting Wise on the pitch when he was off the pitch, and the referee has booked him for it. That's poor from Worcester.
Yeah.
Blatant dark arts there, and they've kept him players going over to say...
It is, but they're saying, well, why don't they drag him off then?
Drag him off. They can drag him on, drag him off, and rightly so. That's poor from Worcester City. And poor from the referee, Hales, who's booked them in one of them. I'm not sure who he booked, to be honest.
Cisse.
Cisse was booked, was he?
Yeah, he was the chief dragger.
Dragger.
Dragger in chief, I think. Yeah, as far as Worcester is concerned. But this is going to be... Eddie Panthers now being told to move away.
Well,
but
they deserve all the criticism they're getting from the fans there, because he was a good yard or so off the pitch, down by the barriers, and they hoofed him back on.
I don't understand why the referee can't insist that he goes off the pitch.
Well, I'd send him off.
Well, yeah, if they don't drag him off, he can be sent off. He'll have a choice. You know,
Well,
it's,
very, very poor officiating and poor from Worcester City.
Yep. I'm
And
afraid they've just, you know, yes, the referee has put one of their players, but they've still got the desired outcome that this is lengthy treatment for the captain Wise, and Kettering Town are not able to take advantage of this stoppage time.
Well, this is taking an eternity. Either get the player off because he's injured, cart him off, or send him off. But finally, he's up, and I suppose he'll be running around like a spring chicken in a few moments.
Yeah, and now he's going to have to go off the pitch, which the referee's instructing him to.
Well, that's the only part of this second half we've been able to talk about.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, a moment of controversy has to be said. Like you say, Paul, dark arts. But Worcester, for the most part, apart from a yellow card, they've got away with that.
They
That
have.
could have been 3 or 4 minutes without their captain, who's played very well, a very tall, commanding centre half.
Nothing wrong with him, look.
He limps on, shall we say.
Well, back to the football at last as Bittermo can't get the ball. Van Leer can, sends it long. There's a chase between 4 of them and Panther. Panther causing all sorts of problems. Nobody else with Panther, though, and he blocks it for a goal kick. And Wise is still limping. It did look an awkward fall, to be fair.
Yeah,
He wasn't feigning injury. It
No,
was just,
I quite agree, Paul.
it's just that he was off the pitch, and they brought him back onto the pitch to delay the game. The referee didn't do his job. Anyway, Kane takes the goal kick. Goes over everybody except Burns. Very bitty game at the moment as it's with Stoddart here on this right-hand side. Flicks the ball through. Beats Coyle to the ball. That's gone out of play. Didn't see that, though, as Fataggio comes away with the ball. Puts it through to Van Leer. Van Leer, nobody with him. Needs some help. Van Leer being hassled off the ball, being fouled. The referee says no foul. Another poor decision from this referee. And he eventually brings the ball back. And Cisse drags up Van Leer, who was blatantly pushed in the back. And I'm afraid, he's...
No, Mr. Hales is not endearing himself here this afternoon in the second half. There's a couple of
dreadful
decisions he's got very badly wrong.
Indeed. Van Leer is being tugged, chopped, and there's going to be a substitution for Worcester.
Yeah, and it is going to be the captain that's going off. So Wise is the man to leave the field, and he'll be a miss because of their...
Well, certainly his height and his strength, and as you say, he's very agricultural in his approach to the game, but very good at it.
They've changed it. It's Guinan that's gone off.
Guinan's gone off.
Number 9 has gone off. So I think Wise is going to continue. And number 16 is the substitute, so that's Brandon Smalley.
Of course, Guinan came back from Alfchurch, where he was on loan, scored 3 goals for the Church, as Kettering try and get the ball forward, but are struggling to do so at the moment. It's another throw into Worcester on that far side. Kettering really haven't put Kane under any pressure in this second half. We're into the 67th minute of this game. And it's been a game of half of throw-ins on the far side. Worcester having 95% of them. And Worcester coming forward, threads the ball through, but intercepted by Thanod. Then he loses the ball, regains it, then loses it. Like a pinball out there as Cisse gets it. There's a Kettering player down at the moment. As Fataggio wins the ball back. Still Fataggio. He's not going to win that one. Cisse will allow that to go out of play. The game's been stopped again.
Yeah, it's Bittermo that's
Bittermo's down this time. So a very unsettled half, really, of
no flow.
No flow to it whatsoever. Neither side being able to control the flow. And a succession of of throw-ins on the far side and free kicks. It's just the story of the second half so far. Burns with the throw-in, flicked on, cleared by Isaacson, but then he loses the ball. Cisse pumps the ball forward to Lockett on that far side. He's got Mensah in front of him, puts the ball over. It's a good chance here. Little flick comes in. Thanodge can't win that one, lose at the vital time, goes out for a corner. More pressure for the Poppies. And Rowe tapped that ball out.
Row Bedford have equalised, so everybody drawing at the top of the league at the moment.
Well, at the moment it's Worcester City that look the more likely team to cause some damage. They spent more time in Kettering's half, albeit from throw-ins, than anything else, but right in front of their fans who are singing their hearts out. In it comes towards that back post. Paul White comes out, misses the ball completely, and gets it on the second time. It was actually good work from Whitey in the end. But taking too long with the throw. I think Fataggio wanted it. White delivers. Panther being manhandled, but comes off the back of the head. Can Panther capitalise on this? Maybe so. Chance here for Coyle. Coyle goes out wide, but he barges into, and it's cleared by Worcester. Kettering can't get any pressure on the Worcester defence. They might now, though. So throw into Kettering. Coyle with it as the Kettering fans find their voice. Coyle not on from him. He's trying to find Van Leer. Van Leer down by the corner flag. And it's poor from Van Leer. He just runs out for a goal kick. Probably Leer needs to shake this up a little bit, I think.
I was about to say, Paul, it's getting to that time.
It is.
Thinking exactly the same thing.
Said to me he made a change at Stratford, and certainly they looked a little better when they brought the three on. And at the moment, nothing happening for the Poppies. And I think there is going to be a change. Looks like Jeshe is running towards the dugout. Nick Green there. So
yep, Nathan Jeshe is going to be coming on at some point.
Worcester making two substitutions as well. As Mensah gets the ball, but it's headed back by Cisse. Comes off Mensah, comes off Bittermo for a throw, and it's taken quickly. It goes over Isaacson. There's a chance here for Lockett on that far side, but he's being marshalled by Isaacson. Ball comes in from Bailey. It hits Thanodge. Not a good clearance from him. Ball put in by Cisse, and Paul White comes out, collects it, delivers the ball down the centre towards Fataggio and Panther. It hits Fataggio's foot, goes out for a throw-in, and Kettering get the advantage on that throw-in as it comes over rather dark. May have some rain coming in. Just to remind you that on Tuesday we have Redditch United down here. And next Saturday, the big one against Hales Owen. But our concentration is on this game at the moment as Rowe is going to put a long throw in. The first chance Kettering have had really in the second half to put Worcester under any pressure whatsoever. It comes in. Peters gets a back header onto it. And there's Mensah. It's headed out. Can Mensah? It's cleared. And towards Thanodge. Thanodge out to Rowe. Back to Thanodge. Thanodge puts the ball in. There's a chance. No, it's going to be headed out for a corner. It's kept out, then cleared by Worcester. They do well in clearance. Robbed by Kettering. There is Van Leer. Van Leer might try one. He does. It's a weak effort. Just goes by the side of the goal for a goal kick. And it gives a chance for maybe a substitution.
Yep, it's going to be Jeshe coming on. And we're just going to see what number it is. In fact, it's going to be Worcester to make their change first. And it's going to be Wilson departing the pitch. And yes, old boy Connor Stanley is coming on for Worcester. Let's hope it's not the old boys causing us trouble again. Lockett is another man that's going to be leaving. And he's going to be replaced by
Matthew Richards.
Charlie Lutz. So that's 3 changes now for the visitors.
It is. Jeshe still waiting to come on as Kettering delaying their change. Kane gets us back underway, headed on there. As Worcester thread the ball through to Brandon Smalley. Back to Cisse. Cisse switches it to Stoddart. Coyle gets in, so does Thanodge. Then Thanodge is knocked off the ball. Referee gives a foul. And this may now give the Poppies a chance if Malt could work the board out. No, still not coming on. It's put through to Panther, but there's Wise, who grimaces a bit with his clearance, but does enough.
It's going to be Van Leer when it is made. I can see number 20 on the board, but for now, we don't make it.
Coyle with the throwing gets it through to Bittermo. Bittermo, ball is a poor one. It's cut out quite easily as a chance here for Brandon Smalley to come away the ball, but he can't beat 3 Kettering players. Bittermo threads through to Van Leer. It's a heavy touch, and then he falls into the Worcester player who goes down. The referee gives a foul, which it wasn't.
Yeah, that's going to be the last action. I think Van Leer very frustrated with some of the decisions he's had to face, but he is leaving the pitch, and Nathan Jeshe is coming on for the first change. 75 minutes.
Gus Van Leer has got 2 goals coming on as a substitute. And first one was away at Needham Market. A blinder ran away and scooped the ball in the net. Something like that today would be excellent if he could provide an assist like that. Wes York also over there at the moment. 2 physios on for Worcester again. And the rain, I think, or is it hail, is coming down.
We've got some changes in the score. Harborough have gone suddenly 3-1 up. And they're against... no.
So the physios
are
going off. And Bailey will take this free kick. It's just a foot or so in the Kettering half in the centre circle on the left-hand side.
Stratford are now beating Spalding. So
Bailey then with the free kick sends it down the centre towards Cisse, won by Isaacson, but there's Wise. Wise gets the return. Threads the ball through, but intercepted by Fataggio, and Jeshe and Panther going forward. Fataggio's decision to make here. Threads as a poor ball through though, but Panther might get a shot in. Good save at the near post from the keeper. Fataggio, Panther, gets the ball back, threads the ball in. It's headed out easily though, and Rowe gets it to Thanodge. Thanodge back to Rowe. He finds Isaacson. Isaacson makes a bit of a meal of controlling the ball, but does well. Threads the ball through. It's a poor one. Right through to the goalkeeper, Kane. Good effort though from Panther. A good save from Kane at his near post. Best chance for Kettering in the second half, but it remains 1-1.
Yeah, it looked as though the chance was disappearing, but Eddie Panther made an average ball look like a good ball. And it's that art that he has of just finding half a yard when he gets into the penalty box, gets his shot away on his left foot this time. Smart save by Kane. He would have been disappointed to have let that one in, but it's been one of the few bright sparks of this second half as far as the Reds are concerned. Isaacson clears on that far side. There'll be yet another throw-in front of the Worcester bench as we enter the 70s. Coming up to the 78th minute now. Kettering Town 1, Worcester City 1. Throw goes down the line. It's bouncing awkwardly. Isaacson gets the head forward. And as far as Bailey, and then to Rowe. Rowe out to Stoddard, but Coyle intercepts and releases Eddie Panther over the halfway line now. Panther into the Worcester half, drawing out Wise on the edge of the penalty box, cuts inside. And then finds Thanodge. Thanodge back into Eddie Panther at the edge of the box, out to Coyle. Oh, he just couldn't adjust his feet well to get the cross in first time. Retrieves the ball though on this near side, back out to Thanodge. Better from Kettering, onto his left foot. Cross comes in and it's headed away. It's a corner.
Yeah, it's a lot better from Kettering there, putting Worcester under pressure. Wise once again just doing what he does simply, puts the ball out. It is a throw-in, a quick one from Kettering. Thanodge towards that back post, comes in here, headed off the line. A chance here for Isaac to push the ball in. He's in goal! Jeshe had got the ball in, but up goes the flag straight away. And Worcester get away with it. Ball is put through again for Panther to chase. He's got Stoddart with him. He's got Fataggio backing up. He wants to use him. He does. He gets it ball back to Fataggio. Fataggio goes one way, goes the other. So in the same as it puts the ball in again here. It's headed towards that back post. It comes in. Could be an own goal off the line. Hooked off the line again, this time by Wise. As Peters gets a head into it, but in doing so gives the ball away as it gives a chance here for Smalley, who's out there on his own. Offside. Up goes the flag. And it's livened up now, this game. Just what it needed.
Yeah, suddenly there's a spark.
Your view on the Jeshe goal, offside?
Well, the linesman was right in line, to be fair to him. The flag went up straight away. There's an argument to say, well, if Jeshe hadn't have played the ball, would it have stood? Well, yes, but I think that was a vital touch. I think otherwise Kane would have saved the relatively tame effort by Isaacson that came the way of Nathan Jeshe close in.
Throw-in been taken then. It comes off Bittermo. There's Isaacson pumped forward towards Smalley, but Mensah gets ahead to it. And Kettering get the ball to Bittermo. Bittermo gets a 1-2, but there's Bailey. Lobs it forward to Isaacson off the top of his head, though. And there's Mensah getting the second header to Thanodge. Thanodge to Bittermo. Sends it long as a chase here for Jeshe. As Weasel gets the ball through, and the keeper has to come out and just put it out for a throw-in. Good work from Kane, who's done well in the second half when he's needed to. Put off a decent save from Panther.
Kane becomes able.
Kane does become able. Is that it? Is that the one, is it? Is that your joke? Yeah. As Rowe will launch this one into the penalty area. Can Kettering capitalise on this into 81 minutes? The ball is back with Thanodge, though. Thanodge feeds it through to Bittermo, and it goes out of play. That was poor from Kettering, really. It was Isaacson, not Bittermo, sorry, that went down. And it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it was a poor decision. Poor decision, that one, to play it back to Thanodge, and Thanodge's ball was too strong. He knows that. He needs to do better in those situations.
1,155. That's 1,155.
Into the last 10 minutes here at Latimer Park. Kettering faithful away to our left now in full voice, trying to urge their team on to get what would be an absolutely vital goal, especially with the table looking the way that it is this afternoon.
Exactly, and there's still time to do that for either side, to be fair. As Worcester come forward, Isaacson slices that one, and that's going to go for a corner. No, yes it has. Isaacson there made a bit of a hash of that one, sliced the ball out for a corner, gives Worcester a chance to put Kettering under pressure, and after having a goal disallowed for offside, the Poppies, let's hope that they're not going to pay the penalty. Corner then about to be taken. Smalley with it. Comes in. Near post flick. And goes out for a goal kick. 1-1 here into 82 minutes. Both goals scored in the first half. Harry Burns scoring for Worcester City. And Eddie Panther getting his 17th of the season for the Poppies to equalise. Paul White sends it long towards Jeshe. Goes over him, but there's Bailey, who just hooks the ball out for a throw-in. Still no more changes for Kettering. Looks like Worcester are going to make another change. But the Poppies had a throw-in. Rowe with it. Throws it to Jeshe and throw into Worcester. Jeshe couldn't win that ball. No other changes for Kettering at the moment. Just the one. Halesowen losing 3-1 to Harbour at home. Interesting to see what the crowd is there. That's our next Saturday game, our last Saturday game of the regular season. The ball comes forward. Battaggio knocked off the ball. Nothing given by the referee. A throw-in on the far side for Kettering. Rowe with the ball. Not a lot of movement for him at the moment. Thanodge goes in close, then changes his mind, as does Isaacson. Rowe not delivered the ball yet, still hasn't. Moving forward. And took too long there and has exceeded the where he was taking it from. Referee brings it back, gets a second attempt to take this one. Rowe then trying to find Jeshe. It goes over him to Bailey. Bailey puts that one out for another throw-in. A wild kick by Cisse missed, and so Rowe on the far side with this long throw-in comes in. Peters gets ahead to it. It's going to go for nothing, as Rowe can't control the ball, nor can Isaacson. It's a bit like a pinball, but this time Rowe does win it up on the byline, but gives the ball away to Stanley, who then falls over, and it is a free kick to Worcester. Up goes the hand, and Worcester about to make their fourth substitution. Matt Richards coming on for Harry Burns, the goal scorer. So Kettering still only made the one substitution, and no one looks like they're warming up. In saying that, there is
Cisse
Williams.
Off. It's Cisse, the man who's gone off.
Oh.
And Richards on.
Rainbow over there briefly on the right hand side from the little bit of rain that we've had, as the kick is taken by Kane and cleared by Thanodge, but straight out of play for a throw-in on that far side. 86 minutes we're into here. Next goal wins the game, I would think, if there is one, as the ball is cleared by Isaacson. That's going to go for a throw-in, understandably. Yes, it does. I don't know how many throws we've had over in that side this second half, but it's got to be into the 30s. Nothing down this side whatsoever.
You can tell which way the wind's blown.
Exactly. Isaacson gets his head to it to Battaggio. He loses the ball, though. Burns sends it to... Bailey, sorry, sends it long. Worcester player goes down, which is Smalley. Isaacson wins that one, sends it long. A chase for Jeshe, but he won't get there. Wise does. Good header from Wise. It's a throw-in, though, for Kettering on the halfway line. Bittimer takes it quick. He's trying to find Battaggio. He's knocked off the ball. Jeshe down by the byline. Then loses the ball as Battaggio tries to get to Luke Rowe. Cleared by Bailey. Comes off Battaggio for a Worcester throw-in. Throw-in been taken. Isaacson wins the header. And another Worcester throw on the far side. Taken quickly. Thrown out of play. Kettering throw-in. Blaine Rowe with this. Rowe off the top of the head of a Worcester player. Battaggio gets his head to it towards Panther, but Wise is there and he puts an up and under and wins the duel and heads it out of play on the far side. This gives Kettering a chance if Rowe is going to put a long one in, but Bittermo's there. He leaves it though for Rowe. Now can Kettering capitalise? We're getting nearer to the 90-minute mark, into 88 minutes. A little bit of time added on, not too much I wouldn't have thought. But Rowe then, can he deliver a decent one? Comes in towards Peters, it goes over Peters, it's back to where Rowe allows the ball to bounce out for a throw from the same position. A bit of deja vu, is it going to be the same thing? Sun beaming down here now at Latimer Park. Grey skies, sun, nice and cool. Rowe then gets the ball in, it's headed out though. And there is Lutz. He's beaten to it and feeds it on to Connor Stanley, and it comes off his chest for a Kettering throw-in right in front of Liam MacDonald. And Paul White has now gone down, which isn't good news for Kettering, even though we're into the last few minutes of the game. This
is our tactical break.
This is our tactical break,
I
is
think
it?
so, yeah.
Although he is holding his head. Is this our tactics, though? Are we just...
Chosen by Ryan Malgate, his match sponsor. Points to the 17, Ishmael Tachio. No, not quite. I think the clap was for the players to back on for drinks.
We've just had the announcement of man of the match that went down like a dirigible. Ishmael Fatajo has been awarded man of the match by our sponsors this afternoon. I think it's very difficult to actually pick one, I'd have thought, this afternoon, really.
Yeah.
Panther
again has been a bright
Coyle's
start.
done well, but it's not been a game for the purists. And into the 90th minute now. Playing Rowe then with the with the throw, trying to find Jeshe. He gets the flick on, headed out by Wise, but Jeshe's there again. Does well, gets the ball over. Nobody there though for Kettering. It's going to be cleared. Oh no, there is Fatajo. Puts the ball in. Drives of handball, waved away by the red, and a foul there by Jeshe down by the corner flag, and that will be a free kick. And Fatajo is limping around.
Anita Market have gone 2-1 up, Cookie, so we're now out of the playoff spots as it stands.
Marvellous. Well, free kick to Worcester. The board hasn't gone up. We're into time added on. Nothing been signalled yet. 6 minutes.
6.
So, 6 minutes. Can we create a chance as Rowe takes a throw towards Jeshe, flicks the ball on, and another throw into Kettering down by the corner flag on the far side. Bitamo leaves the ball for Rowe. Rowe back against one of the barriers. Arch is back to get this ball as far into there as he can. All the big boys are up there. Can Kettering capitalise in the final moments of this game? The ball comes in towards Mentor. It goes out for a corner. Pressure at the right time from the Poppies at the right end. In time added on. Coyle going over to take it. Coyle then down on the far side at the corner flag. This will be a time to put one of his sweet deliveries in, and a good connection. In it comes. Keeper comes out with a punch. Jeshe can't get there, it's hooked away. Can Thanos get a head in? He can. Peters flicks the ball out, goes over to Coyle. Coyle to Isaacson. Isaacson making a bit of a meal of this, but gets it to Thanodge. Thanodge. Can he get the ball over? Thanodge beating one, beating two, loses the ball. Gets the ball back, does well. Gets a corner out of it. Good work from Thanodge. Fans right behind Kettering. Can they suck the ball into the net? Into the 3rd minute of time added on here as Coyle Can you get the perfect delivery? Ball comes in towards that near post, comes in. Kettering take the lead. The fans go ballistic. 2-1.
I think it's Blaine Rowe. I think it was Blaine Rowe with the flicked header at the near post. The Puppies fans are going wild to our left-hand side. Kettering Town 2, Worcester City 1.
Oh, it's Peters. Well, we did get the perfect connection. We did get the perfect delivery. And we got the perfect, hopefully, result. Deep into time added on. And the crowd went absolutely wild. Kettering Town 2, Worcester City 1. We think the goal was scored by Blaine Rowe. Now they just need to keep their nerve. As Luke Rowe feeds the ball out to Bailey. He sends it long. There's Peters, a chance here though, comes through. Paul White needs to react here quickly. And that goes for a goal kick. I thought there for a minute they're going to have the equaliser as it was in Worcester. We scored and they scored and we equalised straight after, but it is a goal kick.
That was a bit of a heart-stopping moment though. That was Peters and Mensah both going for the same ball and they both missed it.
They did.
And all of a sudden it was only Worcester players in the box and Coyle, but fortunately for Kettering, Lewis Coyle kept his head.
Kettering make a substitution here.
Yeah, and it's going to be
Alfie Lewis.
Ish Fataju, I think. Yes, he's going off.
It is.
Alfie Lewis coming on.
Well, that's changed the complexion of the game. Kettering getting it right at the right time, forcing the pressure on Worcester and getting the goal. As Paul White takes the goal kick. Kettering Town 2, Worcester City 1 as Jeshe flicks the ball. But he can't win that. Bailey sends it along. There's Mensah, gets ahead to it. As Wise pumps the ball forward on that far side. Lutz can't stop it from going out for a throw-in. Pushes the Kettering player down in the process. We're into the last minute of time added on.
Well, there's going to be another minute, I would think, because of the goal and the celebrations, Paul. So we're not done yet, but here we go. It's going to be the last minute of play. I'm sure Blaine Rowe will take the throw-in deep inside the Kettering half.
Well, Rowe with the throw-in. Flicked it on by Bittermo. Cleared by Bailey. Headed out by Isaacson. Isaacson again gets ahead to it. Goes out for a throw-in on that far side. Getting a bit squeaky bum time, as they say, as the long throw-in coming in from Burns. It does come in. Headed out. Cleared by Lewis. Only Panther up front. Bailey gets the ball back. He sends it back in again. And knocked down and the ball comes through. Goes out for a Worcester throw-in. It's all on the time on the referee now. We've had the 6 minutes. Burns going over here as the Worcester fans sense a sensational equaliser. It comes in. Headed out by Mensah. Back to Burns. Burns puts it in again. Paul White fouled. And that will be a free kick. Paul White goes down. And immediate action.
Yeah, Paul White got fouled after he made the save. So
it's amazing for Worcester, though. Every time 2 sport therapists come on. And this will add a little bit more time to it. Paul White was in a collision there, was fouled. It would be a free kick to the Poppies.
Yeah, surely that must be it once the ball's cleared.
We're into the 8th minute of time added on.
Yeah. It must be a matter of seconds once we do get underway here at Latimer Park, Can't see who is down for the visitors. It might be our no, it's not Connor Stanley. It's
Is it Wise?
yeah,
It is, isn't it?
captain again. He's in the wars today.
Yes, not a wise move, fouling Paul White is looking on attentively as a bit of keepy-uppy from Carl Mensah as the fans behind the goal in full voice. 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, and then he drops it. 21 keepy-uppies from Mensah. So Wise is up again. He'll have to go off.
Yeah, he will have to go off.
Shake of the hands by Mensah, but Wise isn't going off.
Well, I don't know why he's not going off. Another rule I don't understand there, ruling, I should say, by Thomas Hales.
Well, Paul White then with the free kick. Referee looks at his watch. Bailey gets a head onto it. So does Lewis on that far side. Lewis then knocked off the ball. It's flicked forward. And down by the corner flag on the far side, it goes out and Kettering come away with the ball. Rowe sends it long for Panther. Panther might beat the number 6. Out comes the keeper, Kane. He has to put the ball out for a throw-in. That's valuable time. And there goes the whistle. It's all over. Kettering have done it. 2-1 to the Poppies. Fantastic victory. And the march is still on, Gary.
The march is indeed on, Cookie. Late drama, late goal for the Poppies. Just about edging it here this afternoon. Not a classic game, but 4 games to go. Now only 3 games to go. It's all about the results. And this one went the Poppies' way with a late goal from Blaine Rowe to add to the earlier one by Eddie Panther and give Kettering Town an absolutely vital 2-1 win.
Indeed so, as Gareth said, not a classic, but who cares? It's 3 very valuable points with the way that the results are going, and the fans in the ProSaw end there, loading it up with the Poppies, who will go over to receive their congratulations. Worcester, for their part, looked a decent side, and there's Liam MacDonald acknowledging the fans with Mensah and the Poppies there. Panther getting his 17th of the season. All goes now to Tuesday night against Redditch. Never dull being a Kettering fan. And 1,155 here to witness this win. From Gary, myself and the media team, Matchday media team, we'll see you on Tuesday night. But from Latimer Park, good night.